Today's season of Quantum Kickflip is brought to you by MythWorks. Original worlds, original stories. Find out more at www.myth.works.
Previously on Quantum Kickflip.
One full success, one close call, but for both Jacob and Miserée, disaster strikes.
Wait, it went bad for the two chaos vents?
Jake, you feel Flappy wriggle his way out, and immediately all of the drow agents snap their attention to this candy creature and go running forward and grab him. I need to come down on you. This little hobby of yours stops today.
Doesn't matter, Dad. They all hate me, so...
Oh, and do you daring explorers from Kohalia have any trinkets from your journey?
Graylene,
Surely this is a joke. You've got something hidden inside the pocket of whatever you are.
And you see this diamond-shaped structure float up, and it's hard to physically describe, but makes out with Graylene. A little robotic drone. It's got 4 legs. It looks kind of like an octopus, but just 4 tentacles instead of 8. I built myself a little guy.
I wanted to look you in the eyes and give you a chance to explain yourself.
When my dad was trying to figure out what was going on, and I didn't want to get in trouble, I said you because you treat me like shit.
I kind of can't help but wonder what you felt when you felt like a person.
Maybe a bit something like this. And then he kisses you. Sorry, no, I...
Thanks again for your help with the hydro cannon and the other project. Would you ever consider an internship?
Well, what about Bright? All of my friends. The two finish clearing up and exit the lab, but the camera lingers in this space and slowly tilts downward to a manila file folder on the researcher's desk. The fluorescent light overhead flickers ominously, illuminating the imposing, all-caps words, Operation Boron Suture.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Quantum Kickflip, a Slugblaster actual play podcast with dimensional rifts and kickflip tricks. I am your Game Blaster Slugmaster, Liam Creswick, and I am here with some of my best and funniest friends who are going to introduce themselves now by describing a time in your lives where you got stuck.
My name is Michael Vetsch, and I'm here playing the Grit Playbook, Flobert, Bubby, Slyman, the sentient goo boy. There was a time one of my best friends used to live in a neighborhood sort of like out in the burbs that was being developed. And there was like the one longer road that wound through the neighborhood that was paved to get to his house. But there was also a service road that was just a dirt road that you could get through, and it was like immediately right to his house. So I would always just go that way. And one day I was not thinking about it, and it had rained really heavily the night before. Stuck. Car immediately just wedged. And then we had to walk across this really muddy, mucky-ass field to get to his house to try and dig it out. And we got, like, boards to try and wedge under the tires, and we were trying to move things, just worked at it all night for hours, nothing. Came back in the morning, we're like, it's still really bad out here, we can't get it. And just as I was dialing to call for a tow truck, just some dude in a big pickup pulls up and goes, hey, you need help here? And just happened to have the stuff to, like, hook up and pull me out in, like, no time flat. It's like, God, if we had just gone home, we could have not spent 8 hours dicking around in the mud trying to get this car unstuck.
Dudes in big pickups live for those moments. He made that guy's month.
It justifies everything.
Yeah.
The lift kit,
Yeah.
it's all worth it.
Yeah.
I guess I should go next because my story is essentially the same. Hi. Hi, my name is David Ray, and I play Jake Stanley, who is the chill playbook with the Rift Ninja sneakers. There was one time I was with these group of boys from Saskatchewan that I knew from summer camp. They are literally the inspiration for Sam and Doug in the podcast, and we were just on back roads, service roads, and all that kind of stuff. It rained heavily. The car got stuck. And the thing is, this car gets stuck all the time. And like, to start it up, you couldn't just turn the ignition. You had to take a screwdriver and kind of ram it into near where the battery was.
No.
And like, it would kind of like do sparks. I would like to remind you, heavily raining and it's flooded. Like, it's like, this is the craziest thing. And just like, we just got to do it, boys. Yeah! And just like, we just started up and somebody's pushing from the back. It's the most chaotic kind of thing. There's like 7 of us when we were only legally allowed to have like 6 in the car. Like, it was terrible. But we got out and yeah.
And none of you turned into ghosts?
Not that day.
My name is Robyn. I play Goby Lubgorch, the Smarts playbook with the powered armor and the robotic companion. Ooh! And one time I got voluntarily stuck was at my grad, because we did a dry grad where in order to discourage students, getting wasted on grad weekend, they did a thing where like, we put on a big event in the gym and everyone like gets locked in the gym all night. Like you can't leave the gym, but there's all this fun stuff and no one can drink. It's a dry grad. So we have like snacks and sodas and like carnival games and a trampoline and stuff. And it's fun. There's not really a story here other than to let people know, like, don't do dry grads. They don't work. People just drink the weekend before and after grad. Like,
Double it up.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Laena, and I am playing Miserée, the Void Monster and the Heart Playbook. And a few years back, I married Robyn, and that was lovely.
And you've been stuck in this marriage ever since.
No, we got married. We were happily married, and we went on our honeymoon to Italy in February 2020. We thankfully did not get stuck in Italy, but driving back to Milan to go to the airport, I did get a text from our Airbnb saying, I can't host you. COVID is bad. This is not happening. So we had to get a hotel last minute. We were able to make it through the airport. We were able to make it back to Canada. We did not get stuck in Italy. We did get stuck in Montreal for a day, and we got stuck in Toronto for a day and got home 2 days later than we intended. It was a rough flight home, and weirdly not for COVID reasons, for spring break and bad weather reasons.
Yes, and my name is Liam Creswick. I play Esther Infinitē, the Guts playbook with the jailbroken microphone, but not today. I'm your game master Slugblaster. One time I didn't get stuck, but my younger brother got stuck at a video store in the town we grew up in. For those of us old enough to remember renting VHS tapes or DVDs, you go to the till, you pay for it, and then to make sure that you don't steal them, there's some kind of magnetic sensor before you exit, and so they take your videos and put them on the other side of the magnetic sensor, and then you walk out. So it makes a sensor for people going out, and a little turnstile for people coming in. So the turnstile only goes one direction. So imagine like a T, like a cross shape for this metal turnstile chest high, but then to block people from going out it, one length, I guess the radius of this thing, because diameter is all the way across. Yeah. I should know geometry, especially for what's coming up next. There was a solid bar that did not move that the turnstile would pass underneath, but it only goes one direction. So if your, let's say, little 7-year-old neck happens to be between the thing that only ticks inward and the thing above it that does not move, and he pulled it towards himself until his neck was stuck. And it's one of those things like every time you move it, you get more. You're just making it worse.
Oh my god!
But fortunately, I think my dad and the guy working there were able to like physically pull the two apart from each other enough for him to slide his neck out. And after all the tears were wiped or whatever, we got a free Casper the Friendly Ghost poster. And with that, I think it's time. Let's play some Slugblaster. So this is a challenge run. We rolled on the challenge table last game, and I've taken the prompt of someone is coming to close up the rifts as the prompt for this adventure. But also, since this is a challenge run, we are going to join your characters already deep into the action. Emergency circumstances have forced Goby, Miserée, Jacob, and Bubby together, huddled in the music room. Why huddled? Well, a significant portion of the room is occupied by sticky, silky spider webs. Clusters of webs spun into random, irregular, three-dimensional shapes and hyperbolic curves populate the space. The webs also appear to be suspended mid-air or possibly anchored to something you cannot perceive. They seem to pass through solid walls and hover eerily off the ground. And if this wasn't strange enough, the webbing looks to be spun by long, narrow reams of silk fabric, as opposed to like single spiderweb threads that layer to create a tartan pattern that shimmers with multichromatic luster. This is the work of tesseracnids, fourth dimensional spiders that move through 4D space, weaving non-Euclidean webs that exist in multiple realities at once. You can decide how much your character knows about the tartan tesseracnids, this particular species. But what you do know collectively is that this disaster has befallen the entire Bright Academy campus, that it happened quickly and with little warning, and that you have been instructed to muster in the gymnasium to shelter in place. You do suspect, however, that not every student and faculty member was able to make it to the gym, since the whole reason you wound up here in the music room was to help Shelly, Flakes' friend from the Normies, also goes by Turtle, to free Jacob from silky 4D entanglement just moments ago. So we're currently freeing Jacob from this 4D entanglement, and with Jacob free and everyone together, you are now formulating a plan to navigate your crew out of the music room and into the gym.
One last tug! 3!
Well, be careful! Don't leave his leg in another dimension! Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it 4 limbs that they usually have?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I think he's all intact.
Jacob, your pants are wet.
Dang. And it feels wet with water or like with webbing?
Wet with water.
Yeah.
These webs exist in multiple dimensions at once, and so you assume your leg was either in Desneen or like a lake.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So it's on some other dimension. Your head wasn't in there, so it's sort of hard to tell. But yeah, these webs seem to fill the gap between, like if you think of a rift between two dimensions, these tesseracnids spin their webs between them, almost like you're trying to stitch something up.
Yeah.
To sort of fill it in, but you get tangled in the web, you're sort of half in one dimension, half in the other, and struggling makes it worse.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard about the fabric of reality before, but oi.
Okay. Thanks, folks. This is crazy. We got to get out of here. We're supposed to go to the gym, right?
That's what the announcement said, but I don't know how we're going to get through all these webs. I mean, all the hallways are full too. It's
You think these are webs?
well, they appear to be. I don't have any firsthand knowledge, but I mean, look at them. What else would you call them?
Oh, I'd assumed it was candy floss. I ate a bunch of it.
Wait, you can eat the webs?
Am I not supposed to?
I actually think both your unique physiology and Miserée's make you particularly suited to navigate this, and perhaps even aid others who might not be in such a position, as might powered armor, as might nega-friction outsoles that help you
hyperphase
in space.
Yeah. Okay.
And Shelly's here too.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi everybody. It's nice to be a part of the crew. Thanks for letting me tag along.
Well, thank you for bringing us to our dear friend Jacob.
Yeah. Thanks, Shelly. It means a lot.
Oh, no problem. I saw you stuck in there, and I tried to pull him out on my own. But the powered armor's more my armor's more protective than offensive, so I couldn't really get the leverage out of him to pull him out.
Okay. Well, we should probably get out of here before these spiders get worse.
Flobert, are you eating the?
I wasn't doing nothing.
It's just that it seems like they exist between realities. Like Jake, your leg was somewhere else, right? It's all covered in.
Yeah. This is definitely water. This is probably Desneen or something like that, or like an Empyrean lake or something.
So I'm just saying, be careful how much you chow down, or you could fall through a rift and end up somewhere. I mean, that's how you ended up here in the first place, right?
Sorry, I'm just stress eating.
Okay. Looking to the door, like how is it spreading? Is it becoming more and more webbed, or like as we wait?
Even in the time you have been here, you have seen more webbing begin to appear. The most of the room is full of it, and again, these are sort of like irregular. I want to say polyhedron, but technically polyhedrons all have the same side. That's what makes a polyhedron. So irregular polyhedrons are ones where
It's different shapes.
all the sides in different shapes, and they just sort of like fill the room. They seem to be getting wider. Some of the weird hyperbolic curves are spreading out. The disused ping pong tables and broken desks and chairs stored in the music room are being engulfed by the webs. So are most of the light sources, causing the room to be dimly lit as light refracts and bounces through the bizarre geometry in unconventional ways. And of course, the door that leads to the hallway has been entangled with webs. Escape!
If it's getting dark, could I roll to... one of the things that Bubby can do is sort of make himself light up and sort of bioluminesce, fluoresce.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I would like to make a move to try and glow.
Please, yes, and I think that will even help you navigate this as a roll to get out of the room, a sort of a beacon light. I like that, yep.
Yeah, so I'll add a d6 from my slime form to that roll, and I'll also add one from just my attitude as the grit. I think determination to make a first move to try and get us out of here. That's a 6. Yeah.
Yes, that succeeds. You Bubby illuminates the room. Light begins to refract off of all of these webs. Yeah, how do you think? You tell me how this gets you out of the room.
Yeah, I think Bubby, he's sort of like, from his gumdrop form, he kind of like pinches up toward the bottom a little, and as he pops up, he looks kind of like a light bulb in shape and goes, and then there's just a glow that shines out from him. And I think something about the quality of the light, you were talking about how things are sort of weirdly refracting, but maybe just, I don't know exactly what chemical process makes his goo glow, but I think something about the light that's being emitted from it, the way the photons are bouncing, they reflect in such a way that you can more clearly see the passages where there aren't webs.
Dig it.
So it like lights everything else up, but it really makes it clear where there are openings to go through.
Oh, that's brilliant. And I love that it gives it that sort of like 5 survivors with a single torch sort of moving through.
Well, it could also be a little bit, too, of like, some of the threads are actually not as thick as the others, and it's shown by the lack of light.
Yeah.
So it looks like there's way more threads that are dangerous, but it's like, oh, the darkened ones are not as thick or whatever, and like you can see paths.
I'm picturing like that, those optical illusions where like if you look at something from one angle, it like creates a face or whatever, but then if you like walk around to the side of it, it's like, oh, that's just random lines, and there's a lot of gaps in between them. And it's like, oh, this looks impenetrable, and then now in the light we can see like, oh wait, if we just like move 90 degrees, you can get through. There's a path there.
I think we've got some free passage over here. Everyone single file.
And Bubby leads you through this very narrow passageway, ensuring you all don't get stuck. You do need to get to the gym as instructed, and I'm going to create a danger track to sort of mark your progress through the checkpoints that will get you to the gym. And the danger track is going to be overwhelmed. But we've already started deep into the run, so I'm already going to have O and V crossed off. Could I have given you a 9-letter word like entangled? Sure, but that's less dramatic.
Incredible.
What does it mean to be stuck? We'll discuss that when, if and when the time comes. But yes, Bubby is able to lead you out into the hall. You need to get to the gym from the hallway. It is one long stretch of hallway, and then it rounds the corner, and then that's where the gym doors are. And as you look down the hall, it is absolutely packed with these irregularly shaped pylon clusters of webbing. And as you look down the hall, you do notice how quickly the tartan tesseractinids work. There are many more 3D web shapes now than when you entered the music room less than half an hour ago. In fact, a half dozen tartan tesseractinids are almost done weaving a particularly dense cluster of webs that will soon cover the entire height and width of the hallway, including the entrance to some of the rooms down the hall, like the theater. But before you do that, the first thing you notice, especially now it's nice and illuminated, one of your classmates is stuck just outside of the hallway in a way that they weren't before when you went in to rescue Jacob. Graylene is super stuck in the ceiling of the hallway after trying to climb on a vending machine to avoid the webs and spiders. Free them!
Oh, Graylene, is that you?
This is why I never got into embroidery.
Now, Grayleen is super stuck. The way the webs are going to work for this run, there's sort of 3 different ways you can be stuck in the webs. A successful action roll, 4, 5, or 6, will free you from all 3 versions, because ratcheting up how stuck you are, fun. Ratcheting down how stuck you are, gonna bring this to a grinding halt. So any successful roll will unstick you. So you can be stuck. So to be stuck is to have a small portion of your body stuck in the webs. You or someone else can free you with a roll. Mm-hmm. To be super stuck, these are slams, by the way. Sorry.
Yeah.
So slam of stuck, slam of super stuck, same thing. A significant portion of your body is stuck in the webs. You or someone can free you with a roll, but the permanent slam will remain based on the dimension you are exposed to.
Oh, okay.
So you clear super and you clear stuck, but it'll now say bitten, burnt, humiliated, whatever part of your body was exposed. And then the worst one is totally stuck. It's the same as super stuck, except you can't do the roll yourself. Someone else has to do it for you.
Gotcha.
You can help them with kick and boost and whatever, but you're not doing your own action roll for that one. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
So Grayleen is super stuck.
Miserée kind of clambers up to the vending machine to get up to Grayleen, and I definitely want to do a roll to try and get them out. Mm-hmm. I think like blasting the webs or like tearing the webs off or whatever is one thing, but I think the fact that Grayleen is stuck, Miserée wants to be very careful with how she approaches this. Mm-hmm. And maybe she's inspired by Bubby's stress eating. I'm gonna try to use my astral intake, I think.
Sure.
Mark 1 turbo and roll to pull the unique, specialized, or implausible item from the multiverse, like antitoxin and alien life form are almost the exact key card you need. She's trying to pull something that can, like, corrode at these webs that will also be harmless to Grayleen. Some kind of, like, vestige-based goo that is not her sentient friend.
Sure. Give me that roll.
Okay. I'm gonna mark a kick to make it happen. I am going to mark a d6 from my attitude and a d6 from the voidware, so that is going to be 3d6.
And the kick is 4, sorry?
I have to mark a turbo to make the ability go.
There will be opportunities for kick to affect the rules, like multiple people being stuck, or maybe there are some of these Tesseractnids present, or at the very least, kick can be used for style, or to beat back the overwhelming darkness. Re-earn letters in overwhelmed.
Gotcha.
I also want to try something. This is maybe dumb. As Miserée is, like, pulling this acid out of her voidware, she wants to try and do it all in one motion where she, like, coats the web, pulls Grayleen out, and then just, like, does a cool jump off the vending machine.
Sure.
She's trying to do a trick to impress Grayleen. 3d6. 5 was my highest.
5. So you will succeed in getting Grayleen unsuper stuck. This exactly as you described.
I think what she does is she, like... This is so silly. Rather than just, like, pulling out loose acid, she pulls out what looks like a Nerf gun and sprays it all around Grayleen, and then she reaches out with her other hand, grasps at Grayleen's hand. Grayleen takes her forearm with their other left hand, and then they leap together and land in, like, a 3-point superhero landing in amongst the crew. And she's like, "It's all right! We're here! I'm here to help you, Grayleen!"
Oh my goodness, thank you. Maybe I didn't give you enough credit the other day after what happened. Well, I don't have to put that fine a point on it, but thank you.
Come with us, we're heading to the gym!
Well, the gymnasium all sounds fine and good, but the last I saw Aurora, it was in the cafeteria, and I'd rather not go without finding Aurora. You remember Aurora? We're kind of an item, the two of us.
I remember. Desneen.
That was in the cafeteria?
The cafeteria.
Do we know, is that like on our way to the gym?
It is. It is actually across. The door to the cafeteria is across from the door to the gym.
Well, I mean, we could get you to the cafeteria at least. I guess we'll take a stock of the situation when we get there.
Yes, very well. We shall go to the cafeteria to rescue Aurora because it's the right thing to do.
And of course, that was a mixed success. You got a 5, so I am going to mark one of the danger tracks. So E of overwhelmed has been marked.
Teacher assigning the homework, I did do a trick.
Oh, yes, you did. Oh, and problems are worse?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry.
Then I think,
Sorry, me.
Great. Then I think as everyone is sort of watching this interaction happen, sort of hype on how cool you look, that we're rescuing classmates. It's all very exciting. And I think, Goby, you don't notice that one of these tartan tesseracnids has kind of crawled up behind you. They are benign. They're not particularly hostile creatures unless you mess with their webs. So I am actually going to give Goby the slam of bitten, and you will get some hyperbolic swelling on the otherwise benign spider bite. It's like a regular swelling, but it goes on infinitely on a convex plane.
I guess I could go through the armor and everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of the armor, I was going to say I can nope slams from falls, hits, crushing, and other kinetic damage for only one trouble. Would this fall under that category? It's not like an impact, but it is...
it's kinetic in that, jaws have to be...
tightened, yeah. So if that's the case, I would like to nope this slam.
Go for it.
Wonderful. I think it is as simple, as much fun as creative noping can be. I think in this case, just like I'm wearing a suit of armor, so
You just shake it off.
Yeah, it tries to bite me on not the rubberized limb part, but on one of the steely body chassis parts, and I hear the little tink, and I'm like, ah.
Yes, and so. That is accurate. You nope it. You do have armor. But if it wanted to bite you, it could, because the tartan tesseracnids of any kind, and there are different fabric patterned themed tesseracnids, but these tartan tesseracnids, I'll describe them now that you've got one in your company. They're about the size of like a paper towel roll or a shoebox. They have 8 legs. They are spiders after all. But they move, the legs move and bend in strange ways, kind of like every direction, extending to impossible length, and are seemingly disconnected from the abdomen. So think of like the 3 chunks of a spider, like head, body, abdomen, and then the legs are just these twisty, bendy sticks that come out anywhere from a few inches to like a few meters.
Weird.
Touching basically 4th dimensional vectors walking along the W-axis in a way that you cannot perceive. When they are drawn in like a neutral position in biology textbooks, each of the 8 legs are sort of placed what would be the inside 8 corners of a cube. And if you Google a tesseract, which is a 4th dimensional cube, a hypercube, that will all make sense in the audio medium in your head.
And sorry, what like color? Like, are they like spider colored, or are they like?
They are crystalline white with a pink hue like bismuth.
Ooh. That Goby nopes the slam. He hears it on his shoulder and shakes it off just in time, and it goes skittering off down the hallway. He goes, "Oh, it was right on me for a second there. Did that pattern look? It was kind of like pink speckled, or would you call that spotted? They were like speckles, right? Like little.
I would say it was more like mottled.
I think it's a spider.
I thought it was dotted. Yeah.
Okay. That helps. Thanks, gang.
We gotta move!
And move you must, because as I said, a half dozen tartan tesseracnids are almost done weaving a particularly dense cluster of webs that will soon cover the entire breadth of the hallway, including the door to the theater. And from within the theater, you can hear some students talking, not necessarily full blown like help, but like, oh, what are we gonna do? Oh God, we gotta get to the gym. Oh, no, stop struggling. It's only gonna make it worse. Oh, jeez.
Oh goodness, the theater, the cafeteria. It seems like everyone's in need right now.
Well, we gotta help them then, right? Like we're equipped. You can eat the webs. You're a void, and you could phase through things. And I mean, I've got my armor. We might be the only ones who can do anything about this.
Yeah, I think you're right. We got 2 places to go before the gym. Like, maybe should we split into pairs and try to help out?
That's always a great idea. Splitting up, always you cover twice as much ground in the same amount of time.
Yeah.
Okay, Miserée, your dorm's over by the theater, right?
Yes, but the cafeteria and Aurora and made up promises.
Yeah, Bubby, you can see Miserée's very flustered about this Grayleen Aurora situation.
Okay, well, which one are you going to and I won't?
Right. You
And Bubby, the light he's casting has a bit of a red tint to it right now, very much like he's blushing. But...
I'm going to the cafeteria.
Oh, great. I'll go take in some theater.
Good plan, teamwork.
And Bubby doesn't have a face, so you can't tell that he's trying not to look at you, but his cap is very downturned.
Yeah. And Miserée's like, she has her like void head shape and like a ponytail now, so you can't see she's turning her head, and she's just like spinning around like she doesn't know where to look.
Goby's I'm gonna call upon a trait here.
Damn it.
I took intuition from the Heart playbook.
You sure did.
You can always tell who likes/dislikes what someone really wants, and if someone's vibes are off. I think Goby's picking up on Flobert's off vibes right now, and is like, why don't we go check out the theater? I'll come with you, and then Miserée and you and Jake can...
And Shelly.
And, oh, right. By the way, I don't think we've been formally introduced. Goby Lubgorch. Yeah, I'm Shelly. I'm Jake's friend. I can't believe we haven't met each other. It seems like we would have run into... Yeah, because the school's pretty small. And I mean, we both have the powered armor, so we have that in common with each other. And, like, is it just me, or do our voices sound kind of similar to... No, I don't really hear it. I mean, mine's kind of up in my nose more. Yeah, and mine's more back in my throat. But I mean, it's very similar. What do you guys? It's similar, right?
Shelly, come with somebody.
Yeah, come with me.
It's almost like someone didn't think these two characters would ever be in a scene together and didn't think it through.
So I think Jake and Shelly can join then, I guess, Miserée going to the cafeteria.
Do we need to all work to break down this barrier first?
I originally had it planned as like something you all have to break down, but I'm happy to spread the obstacles between the two parties.
Either way, like we could do like one big group roll to burst through.
Yeah. Give me a group roll to burst through this big chunk that's blocking both the entrance to the theater and your ingress into the hallway.
I mean, I could try to just shoot it with my cannons, but I feel like we've done this before. And Jake, you could just like go through stuff, right?
Well, I can go through stuff, but I don't know if that will remove it.
Well, no, but if we just need to get to the other side, could we maybe like overclock it a little and you could bring us all with you?
Oh, maybe. Let's see if I can do it. I'm going to just adjust the thing, and where on the Discman where it's like volume up, volume down, but like when you're using the Riff Ninja side of it, it doubles as the, okay, let's crank up some power. And
Because you've modded this Discman to control your shoes, is the trade-off that when you put a CD in to listen to, you can't pause or skip or anything because all those buttons are rerouted to other functions?
You have to switch programs.
You have to commit.
Well, the thing is, I didn't mod this. This is how it came sold.
Oh,
but that problem is the problem. Like, that's why they don't address that until the next edition.
Very good.
But they do advertise you can listen to music with it.
Yeah.
There are two eject buttons, one that pops the CD and one that just unties the laces.
Yeah.
You probably got to be careful which one you hit. Okay, here, maybe if we all, like, link arms, and this will maybe work, and then...
And what I'm proposing is if I can offer you a kick from my playbook to help, like, expand the normal effect of your ability out to encompass all of... I don't know how many you do. 1 kick, 2 kick? I don't know. You tell me.
Red kick, blue kick.
I like a kick to get everyone to overclock it. Yeah, there'll be plenty more obstacles to overcome. And
Fair.
Also, if you screw this up, then that's many people that I can stick in the web.
So, like, 1 kick will get us all through?
1 kick will get you all through.
And I'm proposing I'm offering you that from my playbook as a, like...
I have 3 kick from my sneakers because of my upgrades to it.
Oh, dang,
So,
okay.
like, I have room on my sneakers to do this.
then can I offer you a die instead?
Yeah, that would be
Can
probably
I offer
better.
you a die as well?
Well, should I just take it from the group? Because the hype?
Oh.
I'll give you one from me because we kind of hatched this plan together.
Yeah.
But if you want to take a second from the group,
Hype would also be a good call.
Yeah, throw a
one
hype
hype.
on there.
Take one from the hype.
Because, if we're all potentially going to get stuck. And I think, in this case, I'm also going to try to, like, look cool, just like... All right, everybody form up, and, like, we'll do flying V style. Okay, here we go. And I burst forward. I rolled a 2 of 5, and more importantly, double 6s, so I get 2 style for my steezy kick to get in.
Yeah.
I love this. please describe what it is, and I'll.
Yeah, as I said, like I'm like linking arms, maybe like with Shelly on the one side, Goby on the other side, and then Miserée and Flobert on the back end. I don't know what Graylene's doing. Graylene can also join if they want.
Is Graylene going to the cafeteria or heading off to the gym?
I mean, I think we stated that it was on the way, so I think Graylene is
joining
like
along.
still with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
This
that
makes sense.
Yeah.
As we're going through, and like you've seen the hyperphaser before, and it just kind of disappears. Maybe there's like a blue light that kind of passes through when you hit an object, and it just kind of ripples across everybody as we're going through different parts of the threading and the webbing and everything like that. And we get through to the other side, and music does start playing. Like we can't help but hear the song that's on the disc. And we get to the other side, and like you feel tingles in your like ends of your fingers and everything.
I think if we're all linked arms, like Miserée's sensory rerouting effect is just like chaining through everyone, and we're all feeling like we've just gone through a portal, and like little tingles of pins and needles, and then there's like spiders crawling everywhere, and then they're gone.
Is that what drugs feel like? Okay, good. Well, let's break up.
And break up you do. I also love that offer because the way these spiders move, as I said, they move along W axis. They move along fourth dimensional vectors, which means they kind of come. It looks like they come out of nowhere.
Sure.
Because they are just coming from a vector you can't perceive. And imagine like if you see someone running towards you, you can see them getting closer, farther away, going left, going right. And the same is true if someone was like swooping down at you or swimming up towards you. Yeah. But imagine if you could only look forward, left and right, and then suddenly someone swooped down. It would be like they just appeared in front of you.
Yeah.
That's how these things move. And so as you're moving, these spiders just sort of appear out of nowhere, and scurry into the webs, disappear, appear out of nowhere. And there's quite a few of them. But I just like the reason I bring this up, you kind of did the same thing. You kind of just zoom. So we're going to stick then with the crew going into the theater, which was Flobert and Goby. And then Jacob and Miserée are going to head towards the cafeteria.
And Shelly.
And Graylene. We're taking all the NPCs with us.
All the NPCs. Brilliant. Flobert and Goby, you open the door to the theater, and you can see 4 students standing on stage, illuminated only by the theater's ghost light, which, much like the music room, is being refracted in weird ways because the theater is full of irregular geometry that is shimmering pink tartan print spider webs, and the students are just sort of trapped on the stage. You can see web just sort of covers the ground of the stage, and they're all sort of affixed at the feet. These students there's 4 of them. The first 2 you see are 2 operablins in purple jumpsuits. One has a single frizzy black bun on the top of their head, while the other one has 2 frizzy kind of buns on the top of their head. This is Rhea and Connie. They are twins from the now not defunct but retro fitted Pinnacle Project. Mm-hmm. They are sort of bookish. They talk quite fast. They finish each other's sentences. They look identical to each other, and they are trying to keep their balance and not make things worse as their ankles are bound to the stage. You also see, and they are from the crowd known as the Heads, but they are hanging out with some thrashers, specifically a Popularian individual with hair just like painstakingly mussed up and perfect immaculate bed head, a fussed graphic tee with the sleeve ripped off, leather bracelets, painted nails. This is Sig, short for cigarette. Runs with the Thrashers, and his good friend Flezzy. This is another Popularian, but I would if Sig is kind of gothy, very like Elliott Smith, brooding bedhead. Flezzy is full-blown bubblegum princess. Big long lashes, huge blonde ponytail, pink furry vest, and all 4 of them are trying to figure out how to get their feet unstuck from this position without making it worse.
Bubby, look up on the stage!
Oh, I recognize Rhea and Connie, and who are the other two? Are neither of us cool enough to know these people?
Oh my god, how do you not know me? My name's Flezzy.
Bubby, they're putting on some sort of a stage play.
It's not a stage play.
No, we're actually stuck because of the monsters attacking us.
Well, it was a stage play. We were rehearsing Two Gentlemen of Verona.
This all seems so real.
Yeah, it's hard to tell where the fourth wall is here. Are these lines, or are you asking for help?
No, these aren't lines.
We're asking for help. Please, can you?
Encore!
Bubby, I think they really need our help. We should get in there.
Oh, whoops.
Rhea, we're doomed.
Oh, Connie.
Rhea.
How come we got the two dumbest people here? I don't know.
Hey!
Oh, sorry, Goby. Flobert kind of makes up for it. He's like... He's not too dumb.
Rhea, you're talking us into a hole.
Do you need our help or not?
Yeah, we do.
Seems like you got things pretty covered here since you're so smart.
We need your help, please. This is Sig speaking. If we're trying not to make this worse, but every time we touch our feet, we get a little more stuck. Also, note the audience in attendance. And there are tartan tesseracnids sort of almost weaving through the audience. They are approaching the stage, but also they are approaching the ghost light. And as we established, things in the room can get sucked up as well. And the ghost light, I think, was one of the few things holding back the ghosts.
Oh no. I came here with Flakes once before, and that ghost light is imperative. We need to keep that burning if we want to. This place is freaky enough with that thing on. If it goes out, I think this place borders on the waking pits or something. There's some sort of energy coming through. We need to protect that ghost light at all costs. And rescue them, and deal with the tesseracnids in the audience, and oh boy.
That nails the checks I need.
First things first, I can try and clear a path through the webbing for you. And if you could then scoop up the other people.
Sure. Yeah, I like this. Yes.
All right, I'm gonna do it.
So this is a roll to sort of free the four of them?
Yeah, I think because I assume we came in kind of at the back of the theater of the seating kind of thing. Yeah.
I mean, in this moment, you have a rare clear path to both the webbing that is holding them on the stage and the audience full of tartan tesseracnids.
Okay. Then yeah, I think I just want to make a play to sort of swoop in and kind of eat up all the web that's holding them in place.
I've only so many obstacles am I going to be like, there's webs in your way. We're done that obstacle. There's new ones
are
coming.
they all... Is stuck what they all have?
They are all stuck. Not super stuck or totally tangled.
To
or totally
do
stuck.
all of them, would I need to add 3 kick to clear 4 instances of stuck?
I would say the roll and 3 kick.
Yeah.
Or if you do less kick, just 1, the problems will be worse if you fail. So 1 kick to free all of them, but I will
just
hit you a little higher. Yeah,
okay.
so.
Yeah, I'll go for that. So I'll add a kick from my attitude, and then I think I want to invoke the ability Sacrifice Your Body. Take a slam to get plus 2d6 to your action.
Slam of indigestion.
Upset stomach, diarrhea. Do I just take indigestion as the slam there, do we think? Or is there another that feels more fitting?
Hyperbolic indigestion.
Hyperbolic, okay.
Upset stomach, diarrhea.
And I think I'm going to say check it. I want to try and do a trick on this. Sure.
Oh, my heart breaks.
The 2 dice that I could see were both 2s, and the one that landed behind my coffee cup is a 6.
You succeed. Take your style.
Instead of the style, I actually want to funnel that toward what I need to do to try and unlock a new mod. So this is sort of my in the field use for cellular multiplication. Spend 1 turbo to temporarily triple your slime mass. And should I guess I'll still need to spend that additional turbo right now.
It's your signature. You tell me.
I think it makes sense to do that. So yeah, I'll burn a kick on that. And essentially as Bubby sort of rushes forward, he starts eating, and I think as he eats more of the web, he grows and grows, and he's just kind of filling himself with this, but as the web is being digested into him, it just becomes more of his slime mass, so he's bigger, and he swoops through around all their feet, eating up all the web, and when he recoheres, he's still back like the gumdrop, but instead of being 2 feet high, 2.5 feet high, 2.5 feet wide,
it is triple that in both dimensions. So it's this giant gumdrop that is probably a bit taller than everyone else on the stage now. The hat is still the same size.
Incredible.
Teeny hat on top.
You're all free.
Thank you, Flobert, for rescuing us. I'm a little intimidated by how big you are.
Okay, I guess you're not that dumb.
We take it back.
You're very smart
And cool.
and very good.
Yeah.
And so now Sig, Flezzy, Rhea, and Connie are all free. They look down at their feet, and they are no longer wearing shoes, and their feet look kind of wrinkly. They have really long toenails and kind of gray, hairy toes. Wherever their feet were, time moved differently, and their feet have aged by like 50 years.
Oh my god.
I'm sure the school nurse can help with that. I mean, they deal with dimensional anomalies all the time. They've got to have some sort of serum for that, maybe?
No, they wouldn't have that, I don't think.
No.
That makes not a lot of sense.
You know what? We have been trying to separate ourselves
From time and everything and try and create new ways of...
identifying ourselves, not being part of the Pinnacle Project.
yeah, and maybe we can put our own project forward where...
we have old feet.
Yeah.
I can't believe I put my mouth on those.
Well, it sounds like you guys have a plan, but if you change your mind, we have a Popularian friend, Esther, who I feel like she's, got a line on all kinds of like the latest Popularian skin treatments and spa day and stuff. Like, I'm sure she could hook you up with some sort of anti-aging serum. Speaking of, where is Esther? Do we know?
I don't think you know. This is taking place after school hours. This is like maybe 7 o'clock-ish at night.
Gotcha.
So not every single student in the school is trapped here. You're not rescuing the entire student body. It was anyone who happened to be hanging around school after class, maybe rehearsing Two Gentlemen of Verona, maybe making out in the cafeteria. And so Esther just, last you heard, I mean... didn't leave in a great place with Flakes. They're not going to hang out, but you assume Esther is just not on campus.
Yeah, Goby kind of looks sheepishly at Bubby, realizing like, oh, neither of us have talked to Esther in the last little while because things have been tense and like, ooh, I hope she's okay.
I hope so too.
I think she's probably doing something. She has a lot going on.
And Bubby has shrunk back down to his normal size.
And as successful as Bubby's action was, the time spent doing that was time not spent dealing with the Tesseractnids approaching the ghost light. And you begin to see a sort of egg-shaped cluster of webs form around the base of it. It's tipping back and forth. Like the lamp in the Talking Heads special. And it's going to fall any second.
Oh, no. And Goby wants to try a play here. I'm going to use a combination of abilities, and let me know if this gets too bullshit. I want to invoke Actually Reads the Manual. You can remove mods, break mods down into components, and install new mods on the fly. It takes either an action roll or a few minutes of work. So I want to make an action roll here to break down some of my mods and unlock a new mod. But specifically, I want to break down mods on my powered armor and install them onto my new secondary signature, which currently is unmodded, to unlock some potential there. I think I'll make the roll, and then if I'm successful, I'll describe how this all pays off. But is it fair to say that if I make this action roll to do the thing I'm trying to do, if I add a kick, can it also, save the ghost light?
Of course, yes.
Wonderful. Then I'm gonna add a kick from my attitude. I'm going to add 2d6 from my powered armor, and roll with a total of 3.
Let's go.
Once again, the 2 I could see were a 1 and a 2, but I peered around my mic stand and we got a 6.
No. I want to get you in my webs. This is another sigh, resounding success.
Okay. You know how I felt in the Wilkie's Candy Lab run when y'all kept rolling 6s, and I'm like, I want to fold you up like an accordion in a candy machine.
I'll get you yet.
So Goby,
Dr. Claw energy, yeah.
So Goby sees these spiders closing in and realizes, oh no, the ghost light, we gotta act fast or we're gonna be covered by ghosts. And Goby is terrified of ghosts. Goby is afraid of all ghosts. But he realized he also doesn't want to get close to this action in case it tips over and then I'm closer to the ghosts. So he quickly pops open a panel on the side of his armor near his cannon and is pulling out components. He rips out a coil. He rips out a gem. He quickly whistles from inside the suit. How do you whistle underwater? Goby can do it. It's a Desninian biological feature.
You have a special gland for it.
Yeah. And skittering out from the back of his armor, you see his little robotic companion, Maurice. He's, I described him last time, but he's like a little, almost like a spider or an octopus, but with 4 limbs instead of the traditional 8, and sort of comes skittering up over his shoulder. He's got a little camera lens for a head, and you can hear him kind of zzz as the camera focuses in. That's how he communicates. And Goby quickly installs this coil and this gem on the fly and is like, okay, go. Time for you Tessarachnids to find out that 4 legs are better than 8. And Maurice's 4 legs begin to spin up like helicopter blades, and it goes swooping in to protect the ghost light before it is knocked over. Basically, what I've done here is unlocked weapon systems on my robotic companion, and I want to send it in to fight off these spiders at a distance while I stay safely over here with my friends.
That happens. Your little companion scurries along the webs.
Yeah.
What does the weapon systems look like?
I think because my weapons are all water-based, but that seems like a bad idea for a robot companion, so I think I've used the coil and gem to just unlock, it's got a little, zappy taser that it, just sort of, as these spiders are getting close, Maurice helicopters in close and then just starts zzz, zzz, almost like R2-D2's little thing he can do, you know?
Oh, very good, yeah.
Great, and the handful of Tessarachnids that were there scurry away. I think if they do make a noise, they sound vaguely like bagpipes as they scurry back around a 4th dimensional corner and out of sight, leaving the ghost light well intact.
Wow! Maurice is kicking ass!
Yeah, I can't believe that worked and so quickly, but the little guy's got a lot of fight in him.
Goby, this is amazing! We're true thespians now! We've done a play!
I don't think that's how... What do you think a play is?
What we did?
All right, we gotta get to the gym. Come on, bud.
You're gonna win an Oscar for this!
We join back up with Miserée and Jacob. Now you are looking down a long stretch of hallway that eventually turns a corner and leads to the gym and cafeteria. It is dimly lit by emergency lights, compounded by the strange way light refracts off the webs. But in this particular moment, the entire floor is covered in webs. Real floor is lava situation. So I'm gonna need how you Slugblast, hoverboard, jump kick, whatever, down this hallway without ever touching the floor or sweep up the floor. I don't know, it's your call. But before I get that, we did mention Esther. Haven't heard from her, but you assume it's because she's off doing her own thing. What is more pressing? First of all, obviously, Jacob, you're not texting with Esther, but you probably were texting with Doug and Sam.
Yeah.
And they haven't replied in a while. You've been sending the messages, and you have not heard from them. Neither has Shelly in a significant amount of time.
What was the last thing I had messaged from? Do I know the last?
They were heading to the gym.
They were just heading.
The last thing you got from them was meet you at the gym, and then they have not confirmed to be like, I'm at the gym, or where are you? Why aren't you at the gym?
Hey, Shelly, have you heard from Doug or Sam?
I was about to ask you the same thing. I was texting with them a while back. We were sharing. I said we were sending memes back and forth, and I said the one of Borat, where he's in the little leotard, and then I usually get a reaction to that, but I got nothing. There's no laugh react. There's no heart. There's no anything on here.
They must be in danger.
Is the meme? Sorry, it's just the picture. It's just Borat.
It's like a gif of him, and he's in his.
Is there no text? It's just.
This is very nice. Sorry, but hang on, I've been working on my Borat. Let me try it again. Very nice.
Wait, they didn't immediately respond to that?
I know, they always respond.
It always works, no matter how many times you send it.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
They always say, my wife.
Regardless of context, they always do.
That's our bit. That's our fun bit that we do.
Oh my god.
I have a chair, my wife.
Okay, well, I don't know where they might be right now, but we gotta keep in mind. I'm going to quickly send him a message and like, where are you? And
You even get the message not delivered.
not delivered.
Sam never turns his phone off.
No.
He's got like a battery pack for that thing.
Yeah, I know.
Love, comma, misery, send. And she has taken this entire time to text Esther with her rotary phone. I think she has sent a couple texts to Esther, but her phone setup is so blatantly stupid that it takes a long time to send and probably an even longer time to get back. And she does not have a message not delivered read receipt. She doesn't have that. So she doesn't know how successful this is.
Does that mean it's like a worse version of T9?
Yes, it's rotary T9.
Yeah.
Canonically, yes.
Okay, well, we'll have to think about where they might be. I'll get to that in a second. Let's get to the cafeteria first. Okay. Can't touch the floor, though, because of all the stuff. This is easy. And I just, like, engage on my anti-negative friction outsoles and just, like, start going up on the lockers and walking and just kind of carefully weaving in and out of the webs and start heading over that way.
Shelly's standing on the far side of the webs and is like, looks down at her feet and then looks back up and is like, I'll meet you there, I guess.
Right.
And Miserée spits out her hoverboard.
Right.
I'm going to use my hoverboard to try and sort of skate my way through the webs. And behind me, not in front of me, I want to use my Omni Siphon and vent a cocktail of energy to try to clear the webs out behind me to clear a path for Shelly.
Amazing.
I'm going to add a d6 for my attitude. I have gotten it back previously because we have succeeded in action. I am rolling with 2d6. Mm-hmm. Check it. 4 is my highest.
Excellent. You succeed. There will be a problem, but describe to me again how you navigate this.
It is not anything specific to her void abilities. She is taking all of the practice that she has been doing out in the field, outside of the school, outside of the Malamute, in the parking lot of the strip mall, the time and effort that she has been putting into practicing her ollies, her kickflips, her grinds. She is employing all of that right now as she is looking pretty damn cool, stalling and bouncing off of the lockers, doing a manual so that only the nose of her hoverboard just goes through the narrowest gap between the two webs, jumping up and doing a kickflip over another mound of webs. And as she does, she, like, behind her, she, like, vents this bright green, crackling light that is burning a path behind her.
Incredible. Grayleen and Shelly use the newly cleared path to just hustle down the way. Jake, you're there, sort of being like, hey, come on, from the ceiling, maybe.
I could help navigate or whatever.
However, that was a mixed success, so not only problems, but it was a trick, so problems are worse. The first problem is I'm going to mark track on the danger track. So R, you have just whelmed before you fill this danger track, and I think I didn't say the stakes of what happens if you fill the danger track, but you will be overwhelmed, which sounds like disaster to me. Being overwhelmed in a sticky situation, and then also I think you're feeling cool, you're looking cool, you're watching everyone get to safety, and you're now looking back down the hallway the way you came, and you take one or two quote-unquote steps, because I know you're sort of a hovering void, backwards, and you're not quite watching it. I'm going to have Miserée stuck. Just regular stuck. Take the slam of stuck.
Okay.
Your back is stuck in some other dimension and will need freeing from the rest of probably Jacob or whoever's here, or yourself. But yes, the other problem is that you are stuck.
Gotcha. Yeah. I think she fully doesn't see where she was going, and just fully backs into a web. And as she does, she goes, Jacob!
Don't worry, I'll get to you. And just, goes on the roof, goes around the other wall, makes my way around towards you. And, knowing like what it's like to hold on to Miserée, just kind of turns on the hyper phaser, just like on a partial, kind of like a half step, I suppose. It's still engaging it, but to be able to kind of like hold and like hoping that it reduced the effect. And I'm going to try to come up and kind of wrap my arms around you and just focus and pull you through with me as best as I can.
I think Miserée sees the hesitation that Jacob has a little bit, that like he knows what it's like to like touch Miserée and what happens. And so she looks at him and she says, "It'll be all right." And as you wrap your arms around her, I want to try my sensory rerouting. Okay. To change what he is experiencing when he holds Miserée.
Oh, fine.
Instead of seeing, like decomposing plants covered in maggots and it's the sky is weeping blood. I think what she is maybe imparting is she wants to give him this feeling of like confidence. And I think what she thinks of is she thinks of the video where he first earned the nickname Plinko and how that was such a difficult and embarrassing moment for him. And she wants to use that as inspiration to create a different narrative of that scenario, to give him a feeling of not only, not experiencing all of the like bad shit that happens when people touch Miserée, but also this feeling of like feeling confident and capable. Okay. I do have to roll for this. Yes.
Okay. So this might be another you roll, and I can give you a die if you'd like.
Sure, that would be great. Like from your Rift Ninjas, because you're activating the hyperphaser?
Yeah.
Sweet, absolutely.
Yeah.
Are the stakes of this just your experience, or is this also getting you out of the webs?
Like, it's probably both, because it's probably like if I was rolling it and I had failed, it's just like I can't do this, and I would like let go.
Gotcha.
But it's basically if we pass this,
empowering you to be able to pull Miserée out.
So it's kind of a combo, but it's relying more on your power, even though my hyperphaser is going. I don't think it's actually difficult with the hyperphaser pull.
Yeah, if it was a regular person, you'd be like hyperphase, out you go. But
it is Miserée.
We've established touching Miserée has its own complications.
All right, here we go. That is a 6.
Yeah.
Excellent. Not only are you going to absolutely successfully pull Miserée out of the webbing, but you're going to sort of experience this alternate narrative that Miserée has concocted for you. And considering where we left Jake last time, truly the most humiliated he's ever been, I'd love to hear how this feels to sort of... Yeah.
Well, it's also, there's a combination going on where it's not scary, that there's like this flip that is a sense of safety. It like finally lines up with Miserée, how she kind of presents herself, and like, oh, you are a safe person now, physically to touch, and like that's kind of a relief, and as well as going to like, I can do this, and like almost highlighting you're rescuing your void friend from this terrible situation, and that like this is a heroic moment.
Yeah, and I think the thing that you see is like the soliton in that moment of you like traveling up, but you hit every mark.
Yeah,
perfectly.
I'm bouncing.
You're bouncing up, you're not bouncing down, you are landing flawlessly, and you like get up and look it right in the eye, and then that sort of image dissipates, and you're just like, you and Miserée were in each other's arms. Yeah. And she says, "I know when we first met, you wanted me to call you Flakes, but I'm sorry I ever called you Flakes. I don't think that was very nice."
People called me Flakes, and I was trying.
What do you want me to call you?
I like Jake.
Okay, Jake.
Grayleen and Shelley are present for this conversation as well.
Shelley sort of reaches over and claps you on the back a little too hard due to the powered armor. Is like, I like Jake too.
Okay. Well. Okay. We need to get to the others. So,
Yes, incredible work in the hall, but now that we're at the cafeteria, the last time I saw Aurora, we were over by the tray drop-off, just macking hard. We were seriously getting up in each other's business. It's a little bit of PDA, a public display of art.
Aurora is the crystal being from Prismatia, right? Like the floating
You don't need to rub it in.
chandelier look.
Oh, we were rubbing
I was wondering, like, how exactly do you, when you say you're macking, how do you know what? That's not a tasteful way to ask this question. I pretend I didn't say anything.
If we save Aurora, you can see.
Miserée's head is hovering over the crash bar to open the door, and she's like having this moment of like, no. And then she pushes the door open.
And with the push of the crash bar to open the doors to the cafeteria, you see into the cafeteria. It's dimly lit by emergency lights just like everywhere else. There are clusters of the webs around. You see fourth dimensional spiders appear and reappear, either walking along the webs or beginning to spin new ones. You can see Aurora. It is over by the sort of stanchion lineup to get trays and food, as opposed to the tables. And it is not stuck in the webs. However, it is pinned down because between Aurora and your party, not only are there a bunch of webs, but things get stuck in spider webs. Things other than bright students and faculty get stuck in webs. And they do exist in multiple dimensions at once, so it stands to reason that things from another dimension get stuck in the web, tangle, and appear in Null the way you might go from Null into Desneen. And this has got to be maybe the size of like a kid. A big, squirmy, taupe-colored maggot is wriggling and writhing, tied up in the webs. And it's got one big glowing red eye. This is a peeler-eyed dreadfly larva. No! And it's the size of a kid, and it's between you and Aurora.
There, beloved listener. It's me, Laena. You probably didn't notice me at first because I'm neck deep in a tesseractid web. Listen, there's something really important I need to ask you. I mean, I guess you could pull me out, but that's not what I was going to ask. I was going to ask if you could support Quantum Kickflip by following us on social media at Quantum Kickflip, maybe sharing some of our posts. Ooh, you could tell a friend about us. That would be really, really helpful. Yeah, you can pull me out if you want, but first I need to tell you that we have a Patreon full of incredible exclusive bonus content such as outtakes, talkbacks, and more. If you subscribe to our Patreon today, you can gain access to the Dimension Design and Culture Creation Guides created by David Ray. This is a method for involving players in the design of dimensions for Slugblaster and design of new cultures for all kinds of RPGs. It allows for sharing the fun of design with your players, as well as encouraging investment in the campaign. To gain access to the Dimension Design and Culture Creation Guides and so much more bonus content, head to patreon.com/quantumkickflip and subscribe today. Okay, stop pulling on me for a second and listen to Sig. He's got a very important message. No, it's fine. You can leave me here. I don't know what dimension my lower half is in, but I've only been bitten like twice. Listen to Sig.
Salutations, one and all. Thank you for gathering here in the drama room for our first rehearsal of Cats. I will now call the roll. Bronze Dionysus, Nash Fesman Farmer, Diamond Tina, Aratlon, Mana, Lamp Critic, and Craig from Canberra, Australia. Wonderful! We're all met then. You each have your script, and you know which cat you are. Yes, that's right. Exactly the one you wanted to play the most. What a bunch of legends you all are. And a 1, 2, 3,
This season, Quantum Kickflip is proud to be sponsored by MythWorks. Pre-orders for Slugblaster, Slime, Warp, and Solder are now live. This is the next big leap in the Slugblaster universe, filled with multiversal mayhem, new gadgets, rival crews, and rules for bending time, slime, and space itself. Whether you are a returning blaster or jumping in for the first time, Slime, Warp, and Solder delivers fast, cinematic, high-energy play that rewards creativity and chaos in equal measure. If you missed the campaign, you can still grab your copy and join the ride. Build your crew, customize your gear, and tear through dimensions on your hoverboard, leaving streaks of color and trouble behind you. Slugblaster, Slime, Warp, and Solder is available now for pre-order through BackerKit. You can catch the next episode of Quantum Kickflip and the continuation of this Tesserachnid run on Wednesday, November 5th, or 2 days early if you're a patron. Ow, 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 ow! Okay, you pull me out, thank you. Now let's get back to the action.
We meet back up with Flobert, Goby, with Sig, Flezzy, Rhea, and Connie in tow. The hallway has been cleared by Miserée's deft use of the Omni Siphon, and you are able to safely make your way to the gymnasium door where you were told to muster and shelter in place. And as you traverse this hallway, you do have a moment to check in with each other before kicking open the doors to make sure everyone's safe in the gym.
Gobriel, great work in there. I feel like I haven't seen you in so long.
Yeah, I mean, well, with the whole drow thing and... listen, Flobert, can I be honest with you?
Yeah, what's up?
I've seen these things before. Back at the drow facility, when they hauled me in for knocking down the water tower, I was helping them on that hydro cannon project, but they had me help on a few different things, and they had a bunch of these spider guys in cages there. They're called Tesserachnids, and I don't know what they have them there for or why they were keeping them, but that they were having me do we data entry and we were feeding them and checking their vitals and just boring lab animal stuff. I just thought it was I don't know, maybe they're for an experiment, but well, one of them when I got home and I opened my backpack, there was one of them kind of hitched a ride with me, and I mean, I didn't, I locked it up right away and kept it in the, I'm in the pool, so I kept it in one of the lockers, but...
Will you did this?
Well, that's the thing, I don't...
It sounds like you did it! And he grows a little pointing finger and jabs it toward you.
I don't think so, though, because you saw that other one that skittered by, and mine was speckled, but that one was more mottled. Miserée said it was mottled. That was a different Tesserachnid, and I only had one, so...
Will... I think you did this.
I know. Listen,
I think this might be your fault, Will.
I was gonna take it right back to Drow, but then there was this whole thing where Drow...
Everybody, can you believe it? This is all
No.
What? This is...
What are you two whispering about?
Goby tries to put a hand over Flobert's mouth, but Flobert doesn't have a mouth, so he just kind of sticks his hand into Flobert and is I know, I was going to take it back to Drow right away, but they said that I had a knack for the work and that I had a promising future, and I didn't want to jeopardize things. If they think I'm the guy that let one of their spiders out, they're never going to want me for...
Yeah, sorry everyone. When I said it was Bubby's fault, I meant the fact that our crew is in shambles.
Good save.
That's why. It's the reason that Esther and Jacob aren't talking at all, and that things are so awkward between me and Miserée. Well, I won't say that they're pretty awkward between me and Miserée. He was just gone, and everything fell apart.
Yeah, what happened there, by the way?
I just told you everything that happened. We're in shambles. Please, we need the help.
Connie, I think they're behind it.
Wait, should we she makes a stabbing motion.
And so does Rhea. No, that's crazy.
No, that's ridiculous. We have to get to the gym.
Yeah.
I can tell your crew is having troubles because no one looks each other in the eye.
Well, to be fair, only a few of us even have eyes, so...
And it's with this that you open the doors to the gymnasium where you were told to muster and shelter in place. And as you do, you can see The gym has some of these spider webs in it, as does the entire Bright Academy campus. But the gym is huge. There's room to move around. There's a great number of your classmates and faculty standing safely. You see Mr. Bob. You see Mr. Stanley. You see Sam, Doug of the Normies. You see Marla Pronger of the Mavens, as well as some other students that I'll zoom in on when we get there. And they are all standing inside a translucent blue force field being emitted by an orb nearby with the letters Drow stamped on it. They are all not bound in webbing, but they do look thoroughly and royally annoyed. All of them have arms folded. Some of them are sitting on the floor. This force field kind of goes floor to ceiling and looks like a hexagon that just goes from floor to ceiling. It's being emitted by this orb. That's on one side of the gym, and on the other side, you can see 2 rescue agents who are totally stuck. One of them, like, buried up to her head, her whole body in the tangled webs, and then the opposite true for another rescue agent, legs kicking upside down next to her.
Bubby, I think that one rescue agent is existing in 2 different spaces through the webs.
Oh my god, it tore them in half! I can see the head and the feet! Oh god!
No, that's my colleague Kirk. We're totally stuck in here. I think.
Oh gosh, they're so grossed up, they're delusional!
All of the students, when they see you, all the faculty are like start waving, and you can see them like shouting at you and like, "Hey, help!" But you can't hear anything.
Another performance. There's a bunch of mimes here.
Bubby, I think the force field is dampening the sound.
You're such a smart guy.
I don't feel very smart right now.
The rescue agent woman, she's got a ponytail through the back of a ball cap, and the ball cap says rescue. Just to remind our listeners, rescue is a subsidiary of Drow. They're sort of the mall cops of the multiverse. They are who go and rescue idiot slugblasters who get themselves caught, and might be who you would deploy to, hey, everyone get into the gym. We're going to lock you down, make you safe. But those 2 are stuck, and everyone is stuck in a Drow force field.
Don't worry, students and staff! We're going to fix Gobriel's mistake!
None of the students can hear you other than the 2 behind you.
I knew
Me
it.
and Connie share a look, yeah.
Sorry, help us out and we can deactivate the orb for you. That's a Faraday field. It's meant to block interdimensional disruptions, but the deactivator keycord is in my pocket, and my pocket is in the webs, and the webs have me in. It's getting rather hot, so I'm gonna take a stab and say Calorium or somewhere hot. And the 2 legs are just kicking.
Geez. Okay. Well, if they're in Calorium, we got to get them out of there if they're not wearing protective gear. And Goby goes to like race over to like skate over on his mobility boosters and realizes that that's one of the mods that I had to dismantle to upgrade my little robot buddy just now. And it takes time or an action roll to reverse the process. So like, and sort of starts like lumbering in that direction.
Bubby is glooping beside you.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, how are we gonna get them out? I don't think I can eat any more of that stuff today. My insides are all... they might be outside soon if I eat any more.
Yeah, you can either deal with the orb or rescue the agents, or both, however you want to handle it.
Goby, if we free them, are they gonna put you in jail? Are they gonna take you away for all your crimes?
I mean, not if we don't yell about them loudly. Probably not.
Hey, are you guys gonna put him in jail for his crimes if we let you go?
What crimes? I don't know what you're talking about. Please just help us.
The whole spider thing is his fault, probably.
Oh, yeah, I recognize you. You were walking around the lab the other day. Please help us.
You don't know. That might have been any fish man in a powered arm. Okay, yes, it was me. I was in the lab. You're right, yes.
A confession! Goby, we can't let them out. They're going to throw you away and then throw away the key.
No, we have to. All our friends are trapped in that force field, and they're the ones with the deactivator.
Well, what if maybe there's another way to deactivate the thing without a deactivator?
Goby kind of considers this and is like, no, but calorium, they're going to burn up.
No, you're right. Good Samaritans, we should help these people.
All right, and yeah, Goby, like, looks to, the mobility boosters to help him, like, yank these guys out with the power of the water, and then he looks at, no, maybe my weapon systems, I can shoot them with the water cannon, but he's deactivated everything to power up his little buddy Maurice, and is like, all right, and he's just gonna grab them and like pull with all of the strength that his armor can muster. It's not fun or sci-fi, but it's all he's got left, and almost like it hurts even more that, like, not only does he know that pulling these people out is probably going to make his situation worse because now there's rescue agents who recognize him and might pin this all on him, but he doesn't even get to do a cool trick about it. He just has to like awkwardly, gruntingly pull them out. I will throw a D6 on here from my armor because I feel like it is helping me to, do this. Give me a little bit of extra oomph. But I think that's about... Like, I'm not really using my smarts here. This is real grunt work. Should I take like a hype die or something, or do we want to just go with two?
I think a hype, probably.
Yeah.
Do we have the hype available?
Bubby wants no part of this.
Just Michael answered as Michael, but there was a little bit of if on there.
We got a D6 and we got a kick.
Okay, I'll roll with 3d6 here. Do I need to throw a kick on to get them both out?
Yeah, you have to throw a kick to get them both out.
Okay.
It's been going too easy.
I'll use a kick from my armor as well.
Kick yet, have we?
Nope.
All right, I'll take a hype kick if we got a hype kick.
Yeah.
All right, rolling with 3d6 and a kick. We got a 1, a 1, and a 3.
Finally. So with a mighty yank, you're pulling as hard as you can, but you're not using any of your powered armored abilities. You're just using your own strength, and they are totally stuck. They are really in there, these two, and I think not only do you fail in removing either of them from their totally stuck position, but Goby, you give it a yank, and then finally kind of like let go. You can't pull them, and you stumble back a bit into like a weirdly shaped cone that was, maybe a meter or so behind you, but you fall backwards.
Yeah.
And you were gonna go almost like Nestea plunge backwards into
First into it. Oh no.
into it. So your legs are also gonna kind of be kicking out of this, and your whole top half is thrown into this other web that was adjacent. You are going to be super stuck.
Super stuck. All right. Well, lucky for me, if I fail, refill any attitude I just spent, so I get a D6 back.
There you go.
Bubby, I don't think your plan is working.
Goby can't hear this. His head is in another dimension.
Not only can Goby not hear this because your head is in another dimension, but Goby, you can't hear this as well because you're tangled. You're not necessarily like dangling in another dimension, but these are sticky, silky spider webs. They've got some give, some elasticity to it. And you are now sort of leaning backwards, kind of arced backwards into this other dimension. And you can't hear them because the sound is blaring. This thump, 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 thump. Kind of a disco beat. Seems to be pounding. And you realize you're in a tangle of cobwebs behind a huge speaker system suspended from the top corner of some building where they would have a speaker system, pounding loud music. You sort of look around, you're trying to get your bearings, and I mean, you're upside down, you're reading it upside down, but it says, last call seniors home, Popularia. And you just see a bunch of ancient Popularians, like just so old, like 50. They're all like doing like senior disco dancing in a line. You can see this, they're maybe like 30 feet below you, but the problem is you've got this thumping bass right next to your head. And so when you are eventually, hopefully, unsuper stuck, you will remain with the slam of deafened.
Nice. Goby's calling out and be like, help me! Hey, can anyone? I really need some help! But that's just blaring, and none of these. Not only is the music blaring, but these old ass 50-year, they don't have any hearing left.
That's why the music's so loud. I mean, it would have been loud in a regular nightclub, but this is even louder.
The Faraday. Did you say Faraday field?
Faraday field.
Faraday field. Is it that's just keeping the Tesseractnids out, or what is the effect of the field on?
It is sort of a stasis field used by rescue agents in emergencies to keep people safe from multidimensional problems. So scooping kids out of a calorium lake. But in this case, it is preventing the spiders from getting in. It is preventing webs from getting in. But it is also preventing sound and cell phone signals from getting out.
And stuff can't really pass through it at all?
No, nothing can pass through. So fortunately, everyone's safe. They're in a nice safety bubble, but the people who can release them are stuck.
I'm so glad we came to the gymnasium. It's so safe.
It is a form of safe, lateral move at best. But speaking of lateral move, let's move across the hallway to Miserée and Jacob, who are now face to face with a peeler-eyed dreadfly larva wriggling in some webs between Aurora and the two of you, Grayleen and Shelly, aka Turtle.
Okay, I don't like the look of that big red eye thing. Okay, you stay back. I'm going to try to get over to Aurora, and I'm going to engage my photo bypass on my. It's the new thing that I put into my Rift Ninja sneakers, and hit some buttons on the Discman, and just like kind of camouflage. You probably see this like weird ghostly mirage type of a thing, and start. I guess it's almost Predator style. Yeah. Start making my way along the side of the cafeteria, trying to make it over to where Aurora is. And I guess I got to roll for that.
Please.
Can I lend you some resources? Miserée is going to sort of expand out and sort of move in an opposite direction of Jacob, and she's like, storage cube gambit! And she like moves, and she's gonna try to distract the peeler-eyed dreadfly and get its attention onto her.
Sure.
So maybe take a d6 and a kick from me?
Would I need the kick? Or
in this case, if you use a kick, I would knock back an overwhelmed.
Okay.
Because there's just the one action roll to free Aurora. So
sure. If you want to do that.
Yeah?
Yeah. I could also do the kick myself, because I have kick to
Totally up to you. I've got some kick too. But yeah. If you want the d6, you can take a d6.
So 3d6, one kick, and are you looking cool? Or just doing
I think so, because I'm like, keep an eye on me. And like I start.
Pew, 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 firecrackers, pew, pew, pew.
So it's a 1 and a 1 and a 5.
Steezy.
I still get steezy on that, yes?
That is a success of a sort.
A success and a sort. So I also get the style for the trick, right?
Yeah.
But problems are worse on a 5.
Problems are worse on a 5, though I did say you put the kick to clear back a track, so it feels weird to be like, and the problem is I marked the track. So I will give you the R back.
Okay.
Describe to me how you get Aurora out, and then I'll hit you with a slam.
Yeah, so I'm heading out through the room, along the side of the cafeteria, and I'm hard to see. I'm sure the distraction of like various fireworks are coming from Miserée, and I get to Aurora, and hey, Aurora, it's me, Jake. Come with me. Take my hand. And try to hold out, and
I'd say the way it takes your hand is it starts orbiting you.
Yeah. Or you like use it, applies my gravity to it or something like that. So I got these. Okay. I guess they're still visible. Okay. So now Jake's a little bit concerned because now I'm still seen in a different way.
Yeah, you've been weirdly highlighted.
It's like,
you have like basically the Sims diamond over your head.
And floating all around me. Okay. And I'm going to try to sneak impromptu. I wasn't expecting to be like highlighted like this. So I'm going to try to like go behind the counter where they serve the food and all that kind of stuff, keeping low and trying to go fast.
I'm picturing like in movies and TV shows where there's like chaos everywhere and there's like police lights and everything like slows down and you end up like looking super cool because Aurora is casting its like super flattering golden hour light on you, so you're just like gorgeously lit as you're moving in slow motion through the cafeteria.
Although I am invisible. So but maybe like the way it interacts with the like cloaking is that I look like a golden man.
Yeah.
It's just
Yes!
I'm just the gold steel version or whatever. Shining through and
Sexy Metal Mario.
yeah, that's right.
You scoop up Aurora, you get it safely to the other side of the peeler-eyed dreadfly larva, but you did do a trick, so problems are worse, so I've got 2 problems for you. The first one is going to be, like I said, the peeler-eyed dreadfly larva, like a full-size peeler-eyed dreadfly, manifests a reality that is appetizing to it.
Yeah.
It's not fully grown, so it can't forcibly bring a whole new alternate reality Jacob into this dimension because it's not fully grown, and we did that in season 2. What it does do is wants to the reality where you're going to feed it like its mother, and so suddenly you get this like weird taste in your mouth, and your mouth is full of some kind of like slimy mucus, and you've got a new reality where you are going to feed it like a mama bird has been sort of actualized within your jaw. And you're going to take the slam of mucus mouth. And you've got dreadfly mucus pouring out of your mouth right now.
Don't worry, Aurora, I got you here. Like I'm in this glorious thing, and then I take that one knee and just
From a golden god to just puking mucus.
Still slow motion, still gorgeously lit.
Intrigued wind chime noises.
And now the other problem is going to be the appearance, like I said, out from around the corner of a 4th dimensional vector you can't see. A handful of tartan tessarachnids appear, make it known that they don't like that you've been messing with their webs, stealing their food, and what have you. But they don't just appear like you saw the other ones appear, because there's light from Aurora, there's light from the emergency things. Tartan tessarachnids are 4-dimensional beings, and what's unique about anything that exists in the 4th dimension is the way it casts shadows. So suddenly on the wall, you see a figure, almost like Miserée's got a posse now. Miserée, you're a black, shadowy void of incorporeal form. 3 totally black, devoid of light spiders appear next to Miserée. They are 3D shapes, but as they move, they begin to stretch long and tall, like a shadow on a wall. They begin to shrink low and wide. And these are about the only warning that you have coming. 4-dimensional objects cast 3-dimensional shadows. There are 3-dimensional shadow spiders just long enough for you to see it coming, and then they appear, shadow no longer cast, just between you and the door.
Are we all trapped? Who's on the other side of these spiders?
I think this is now between you and the cafeteria/gymnasium door.
Yeah,
So
you're all regrouped, but you have an obstacle in your path.
there's a new the problem is new obstacle, and that obstacle is 3D
Spiders.
shadows going on spiders. They hiss and whistle at you, and it sounds like bagpipes again.
Oh, gee. You know what? I haven't really used it, but I have like my ray gun. Like I think I'm gonna pull that out of its socket, and I'm like, there's all these different adjustments that I can put onto it, and like I'm starting to play with it. I haven't really studied it that much, but I'm like, I think that there's a setting on here, and I'm going to use button masher, and I'm going to use a locked mod from a different device. Sure. I'm going to use flash patterns from the photonic jacket, which rolls to blind, daze, confuse, entrance, or cause seizures in targets that you can see with your jacket. I'm thinking it's like using light and light versus shadows.
You can like light up sneakers.
Well, like I'm trying to do it with my ray gun, so like maybe just turning on the flashlight setting, but it's just
Very good.
what kind of a thing? So that requires 2 trouble for me to use that ability.
Oh, dang.
Because it's from another device. Be careful, potential problems are worse. I think I'm going to go for a trick again. I'm going to go hard on this. So I'm going to use 2d6. Since it's not really using my Rift Ninja sneakers, I'm just going to go raw on this. Here we go. A 5 and a 6, baby!
Wild Success. Describe how this works.
Yeah. So just like
Style. Yeah.
I was going to try to shoot it with maybe one of the normal beams, but yeah, as I said, it turns on the flashlight. It just like floods and like kind of like dissipates. It might not completely obliterate them, but it's like taking off angles on the shadows, so the shadows are in partial things. So there's in this weird disarray, and it's just like makes them maybe scatter a little bit, and like we gotta go, go. I'll hold them off, and just keep holding the beam and like swinging it around as the others.
The golden man firing the golden light. I like
the golden gun.
The golden gun. You do it, and I know I described the 3D shadows, and then suddenly they appear, but I think you do this to the shadows before the things ever actually manifest.
Yeah.
And just please describe that all again, but with a mouthful of mucus. And the shadows dissipate and scurry away. Already unseen around fourth dimensional vectors, they scurry off even more unseen than before, opening the pathway for you, Miserée, Grayleen, Shelly, aka Turtle, and now Aurora to join the rest of the group in the gymnasium.
Yeah.
Stunning and unsettling.
Yeah, because I'm almost imagining that like I'm not just stopping, but like as I'm running, like I'm
It's just
projectile
pouring out of
vomiting
your
as
mouth.
I'm running around.
I feel like I was going to use this ability for something more practical. But Miserée puts her hand on your shoulder and she says, Jake, please, for the love of all that is good, remember the reality that you are in, the reality where you are my close friend, where we love and care for you, and you don't have a mouthful of mucus. I'm using pep talk not to refill our fully marked hype, but to clear Jake's mucus mouth slam.
Love it. I think that also snaps me out of using my photonic jack ability or the photonic bypass. Yeah. And so like I'm now back to normal Jake, not in mucus mouth or whatever.
Yeah.
Thank you. And like once again kind of holds you close again, just okay. All right.
It's all right. Let the witnessing the end of time calm you down. She like takes your hand and pulls you along.
Yeah.
Liam successfully yucked us out into you wasting your pep talk.
Yeah, that's a first for the campaign, I think. Nobody uses the clear the slam ability on the pep talk.
And with the slam cleared, a hug held, and 3 more NPCs rescued, you cross the hall into the gymnasium to see whatever Flobert and Goby were doing already in progress.
I think just before they had entered, after Goby just got stuck in the webbing, Bubby sort of looks around at the others who are not either stuck in webs or trapped within a Faraday field.
Look, you Infinitē, I'm gonna need your help.
Yes, we can do whatever you need, Flobert. However I can help you.
If all right, well, these 3 are stuck. I'm gonna try and grab onto them, but I need you all to, like, tug of war, pull me, okay?
Got it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can help you.
And I think with slime form's articulated viscosity, I can like roll to stretch out your arms, mold yourself into basic shapes, Elastigirl stuff. So I think Bubby's gonna kind of place himself in between the 3 figures that are stuck, and sticky hand reach out to all 3 of them, which like he has the same amount of slime mass, so he becomes kind of a tiny ball in the center while these 3 sticky arms reach out and grab each of the people who are stuck. So there's just this tiny little like softball-sized globule of slime for someone to grab onto with the hat still there, that needs to be sort of pulled in a chain to hopefully yank everyone out.
I love it if it's almost like there's one on Goby's leg, one on Kirk's leg, we'll name them shortly, one on Preeta's head or neck, and then one for Sig, Flezzy, Connie, and Rhea.
Oh yeah, one more thing to yank
for
on.
them to yank on. So you've almost got like a Y or like 3 pegs and then one tug of war for the 3 NPCs to pull.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to, since the 3 of them are being affected, I'm guessing I'll need some kick to save them all. So I will add a kick for my slime form. I will take a dare to get another kick, just so I've got 1 for each additional person. That's 1 trouble for a dare? 2 trouble. 1 trouble? 1 trouble.
Yeah.
1 trouble. So that should be enough kick there.
Can I lend you a D6?
You can.
Yep, you can, but I'm not actually going to need it because I would like to activate middle finger. Once per round, automatically get a 6 on any action, no roll required. Add up to 2 kick, baby, and that's the number that I have added.
Yeah, Bubby!
Then just for flavor, you've got this line of people all yanking and like pulling tug of war style, and at the back of the line, Maurice, the little octo robot, is like doing the helicopter blades and like propellering them backwards to just give it a little extra tug.
Extra lift.
Yeah.
All right, heave! Heave! Heave!
Yeah!
Oh!
Pulling as hard as I can. And the 2 rescue agents and Goby come out of the webbing and into a new sticky situation that is Bubby. I think there is some forward momentum for all of them, so that the tug of war people all kind of fall backwards onto their butts. The 2 rescue agents fall forward. You can see Preeta, her sort of bomber jacket. Like, I always imagine rescue agents kind of dress like Coast Guards, like they've got the windbreakers and the ball caps, and it's sort of singed and melted, like the plastic was beginning to melt. And the guy who was upside down has a bunch of like thorns sticking out of him, like little like rose thorns, and he's kind of numb, like he's kind of numb and puffy, like some whatever was poking, whatever thorns were poking him, sort of anesthetic.
Yeah.
It did him. I don't know what the anesthetized. Thank you. And Miserée and Jakes, as you enter, basically sliding like a curling puck down to your feet. Goby just sort of goes and is at your feet.
Hi guys, you made it.
Oh, you've had trouble in here too, huh?
Goby, turn down your suit speaker!
Yeah, hold on, let me just adjust that a little bit. Is that better? Does that sound a little more reasonable?
Oh my! Thank you. This is Preeta speaking. Thank you so much. Sorry, everyone. Hang on. It just sort of fumbles. And you know what? I'm gonna use a bike. So we also got a little bit of time left. She fumbles. She goes to get the key card out, and it's half melted.
Oh.
And so, even though that was a resounding success, I'm just using a bite. I still am gonna need you guys to deactivate this orb to rescue the rest of your pals.
Oh, baby.
You guys, how did it go in the cafeteria?
Great, everyone is accounted for. Is everyone all right here?
Yes, I'm glad you're all okay. Yes, we're doing okay. Some people are trapped in this force field, and it's Goby's fault that the spiders are here, and we don't know why they're out other than that it was his fault.
Flobert, I keep telling you, we need to use discretion when we're talking about that. We need to use discretion when we're talking about the fact that it might all be my fault.
But it was like the drow facility had these tesseractnids there, and then they're causing trouble because of that somehow.
Goby, this is perhaps a good chance to learn that nothing good comes from working for drow.
The 2 absolute klutz idiot drow rescue agents are just trying to tap their molten or melted key card on the thing. It's like, I don't know how to deactivate that. I don't know. Oh, God.
Oh, get out of the way. And Miserée just wants to charge into the field and use her Omni Siphon to overclock it.
Sure.
And try and get it to short circuit.
Incredible.
I will add 2d6, 1 from my attitude, 1 from the voidware. That means I will be rolling with 3d6. I'm debating if it makes sense to do kick of any kind. Probably not.
What about a trick of any kind?
I think she's gonna. I keep doing tricks, but why not, right? The whole, everyone in the orb is like seeing her like basically rush up and like plant her hands on the field, and this like green energy is like coursing through her into this force field.
And I'll remind you that everyone is Mr. Bob, Mr. Stanley, Sam, Doug, Marla, and some other students.
3d6, 1 kick. 5.
I think you're going to be successful. I am going to mark the danger track for that failure. You're doing a trick, though?
Yeah.
I'm going to mark the danger track twice.
Okay.
So you just have helmed remaining, but otherwise you are successful. Describe how you devour this Faraday field.
I
or
love...
the orb or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'm not going to mark a style for the trick. She reaches out and plants her hands, and this green energy starts coursing through her. And I think you described the field as being like blue. Mm-hmm. It starts to blend with the green, and it turns into this like deep teal sort of color, and it's like getting brighter and brighter. And then it starts breaking down and going into her.
Sure.
I think what I'm going to do with this is mark a spot on a mod for a stabilizer to potentially get me an extra boost down the line.
Heck yeah.
Great. That is exactly how it goes. The begins to morph into you. It disappears. And then suddenly you can now hear the like, oh, thank you. Oh, my God. Thank goodness. Oh, geez. Great work, everyone. What kind of idiots put us in a stasis thing and then get themselves stuck, you goddamn... Mr. Stanley, I think, goes to start berating the rescue agents and then is pushed aside by Marla, who really starts giving it to them. Along with people chattering and talking, I think you see Doug and Sam come up to you and Shelly, and they start sort of like, oh, hey, thanks for saving me, good job. Bing, 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 bing. Sam pulls out his phone and goes, my wife. All the texts finally come through for him now. High fives all around. It's all well and good. I mean, you're here, you're safe. The rescue agents begin talking, but the room is still slowly filling with more webs. Just in the time you've done this, stretched out D12 shape seems to be hanging from the Jumbotron, like where they put the score for a basketball game. The badminton nets are helping to make a net out of a long stringy hyperbolic wave of like a ribbon of the netting. So the room is filling with webs, but you have a moment to check in with whatever NPCs might be relevant for you before it will become evident that the gym is not as safe as you thought it was.
Goby is still, he's got that deafened slam from his Popularian stint, so he has found a successful volume where he can, the volume of his suit's speaker has him speaking at a normal volume, but he's still yelling inside because he is he's deafened, but it balances out. And Miserée, that was amazing. Thank you for, and he's kind of like, similar to how he sometimes does, he's got that like glow from inside, and he's just glowing like a deep orange color, and he's like, I just feel like I really messed this all up. I mean, I tried to save everyone, and I just got myself stuck, and it might all be my fault, and I don't...
Goby, it's all right. We'll figure this out, and we'll get out of this together.
You're right. We have each other's backs. That's what matters.
That's right.
I'm the rescue agent Prita, and I don't understand how those got out. Those were given to us by the arborists to use to suture up some of the benign thin zones around Boron Ridge, like the one we were just going to take it to the one behind Chowtown. I don't know how they got here to the quad. These things cannot get near a cluster of dimensions or a cluster of rifts like this.
Wait, you were going to use them to suture up the portals? You're cutting us off?
Well, then this is the guy, Kirk. His name tag says Kirk, and his mouth is a little swollen. He's like, just the benign ones. The ones on the quad are really important to drow research, but we were just going to use it to do all the little ones that Slugblaster reviews, like behind Chowtown.
Gosh, get a load of the way this guy speaks!
Operation Boron Suture.
Wait, so the portals that dump dangerous interdimensional material onto our quad where all the students go, you're going to leave those open because those are important to your research, but all of the ones that we get to go through to do what we like to do, those are the ones you were going to shut down.
Precisely. Precisely, yeah. The arborists gave us the tartan tesseractinids kind of on loan. They've been using these creatures in their multiversal stewardship for millennia, and they lent them to Drow, and I don't think they're gonna lend them to us again. And she like tugs at her collar, and it deteriorates a bit more because it's burnt.
And Goby's glow shifts to a chartreuse as he kind of like avoids eye contact. It's like, well, I mean, there might be extenuating circumstances. We'll deal with that when we get to it. Right now, we got to find a place for all of us to be safe here. I mean, this gym is getting overrun.
Well, this one was yelling that it was something your fault. How is this have anything to do with you?
Everyone, grab them! Grab them! Is no one gonna grab me?
Miserée is like, and then she just like grabs Kirk. Now what?
No, it's okay. Don't grab them. He's right. It's my fault. I was helping Drow, and they were researching these spiders. I didn't know they were going to use them to close up the portals. I just thought they were researching them or using them as lab animals or something. But I helped them, and then one of them snuck home in my backpack, and I didn't tell anyone about it because I didn't want to mess up my chances of a Drow career. They said that I had a future there, and I didn't want them to think I was the idiot who let a spider loose, so I kept it in a locker in the pool, and it must have gotten out because it's a fourth-dimensional spider, and I started a three-dimensional locker. What was I thinking? Oh, and once it was out, it was spinning the webs. That probably attracted all the rest of them. It's not Drow's fault at all. They just came through the fourth dimension via the webs.
It's okay, Goby. We know you were doing this because you care about your future, and you're being very aspirational about it, but we can't let this make a mark on your record.
No, it's...
Are both of them being held? Are both of them being held?
Are you holding Prita right now?
I could be. Well, no, I need someone else to hold Prita.
Miserée's still got Kirk. It's less of a restraining and just more just she's kind of holding him. She's forgetting that like she's filling his head with visions of like
there's an
skulls.
ability I want to try and use, but I think I need them both restrained for it.
I think Connie and Rhea kind of are like, this Flobert guy knows what he's doing, and grab either side of Prita.
Because I want to try and use an ability that we just recently got from going on a weird little run. And that ability would be Inception. Roll to place your hand on a subject's head and go deep into their mind to retrieve a secret, alter a memory, repair damage, or insert a new idea. It takes nearly a minute. You are unaware of the outside world and vulnerable during the process. And afterward, you receive a slam, exhausted proximity trauma, etc. I want to try and change their minds to make it like that they won't know that it was Goby's fault, but also to plant it in the idea for Drow that, we shouldn't be closing these. We should not suture up these Slugblaster portals because it was a risk. Then they caused this trouble.
Then I'm going to need a kick. One to get Goby scot-free and one to make them regret trying to close the cool portals.
Absolutely. I'm going to have to take a dare to get a kick for that, but I still have the room.
Hype.
There is no hype.
That's okay. I can do that one. So yeah, I will take a dare for a kick to this. And there isn't anything in Sacrifice Your Body that mentions you can only use it once, so I would like to take another slam on this for 2 more d6.
Fam, you are also taking a slam with Inception.
I know.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah, I get style for taking slams.
You know I could lend you a die. Here's what it is. Miserée is holding on to Kirk right now, and she reaches a hand out and just rests a hand on Prita, and Rhea and Connie are holding on to her right now. And she is going to try and give sort of a blank slate to their senses so that it is easier for you to implant this idea.
Them.
Yeah.
Nice. So that's another d6 there. And Goby's trying to confess and do the morally good thing.
Yeah.
But I think Flobert is taking the stance of like, no, I don't want my friend to be in any more trouble. Our crew is already fucked up.
Yeah.
So I want to add the remaining 2d6 I have from my attitude pool.
Oh, damn.
So I'm rolling 66 with the kick to incept this idea.
But a dare, so if somehow these 6 don't get you there, I get dare amount of problems.
And I will still be receiving 2 slams from this.
Oh, jeez.
There's a lot of numbers in there, but there are 2 6s.
Describe this, I'll tell you your slams, and
Yeah, the ability described is placing a hand on someone's forehead, but I think it's too good when you're a slime to skip on the ability to go into people's ears. So I think that Bubby has to he grows out appendages, and they tuck into the ear of each of them. It looks kind of just like a headphone, but then interior it goes in and it's spiraling around in the ear, and he's getting right in there to start implanting this. It's too much, but I am gonna say he kind of pulsates almost as though he's pumping stuff into them. He's not, but that's just what the goo looks like. Yeah. But yeah, I think, and it's it takes a full minute. And during that, Bubby is just fully zoned out, sitting there still. It's weirdly quiet. We can see the rest of the webs growing more in the gym, but it takes this full amount of time to do this process. And eventually there's just and he sucks both back out and goes, well, that should do it.
The entire minute, Goby was panicking, he sees you go into their ears and is and then goes to pull you out, but doesn't know if that's gonna give them brain damage. Or he's I don't want to rip. You don't take the arrow out of the wound. You don't take the slime guy out of the ear. So it's just him shifting nervously and breathing heavily and starting to talk and then not knowing what to say and then you pop out.
Well, you should be in the clear. And I think so are our portals.
Yeah, no, we definitely were the ones to have made the mistake. Kirk, you let the Tartan Tesseracnids out. Yes, I let the Tartan Tesseracnids out. Stupid me, silly, stupid Kirk. And then it's but when we were wrong to do it because all of the benign portals, that's what makes Boron Ridge isn't just the ones on the quad, but it's the portals all over. So no, I think we should definitely get our slap on the wrist from the arborists for letting the Tartan Tesseracnids out and near the cluster of portals. And I think we'll advocate to make Boron Ridge a protected natural zone that no one can ever close. We'll make that case right away to the arborists. It's true. Yeah, it's true, sir. So your one slam for the sacrifice your body, because you went into Kirk and Kirk was pumped full of, it was the Golden Jungle, some kind of weird thorn in the Golden Jungle. Part of you is numb. Oh, okay. You've gotten some of his anesthetic, and then you can decide what the Inception slam is called.
Because it's it drains or exhausts.
Yeah, because the example
you, right?
ones are exhausted and stuff. Yeah, I think
Sure, then exhausted.
Psychic damage.
Yeah.
to pull from common parlance.
And you have successfully made sure that the rescue agents don't know that it was Gobriel who caused this problem. They're going to blame themselves as far as Drow and rescue are concerned. But Gobriel, all of your classmates have found this out, including Miserée. And the rest of the crew, just as we end here and before you all mobilize to perhaps one final checkpoint of safety, how does this feel to know Goby was working with Drow?
I mean, honestly, I think Miserée is in a lot of different conflicting places right now. She's upset that Goby has been working with Drow, less about the fact that he has maybe potentially caused this whole scenario to happen, and a little bit more that he seems to be going down the path that she saw in Quahalia. So she is nervous and trepidatious about the fact that this seems to be a way that Goby is going, and there's a part of her that hopes that from this he might have some second thoughts. She is also, conflicted about Bubby. He doesn't look so good right now, and I think maybe she lets go of Kirk and goes over and is trying to steady him, and she doesn't know what to feel. She doesn't know what to think. Grayleen is still there. Aurora is still there. She's here with her friend Jake, Flakes, Plinko, Worm. Someone who has been under so much derision from everyone in this school, and she feels almost out of everyone here, she needs to protect and help him. And in the midst of all of this, she reaches into a part of herself through the collapsible panels of her voidware to check her phone, and she sees that she still doesn't have a response from Esther. And it's like Bubby said, it feels like the crew is in shambles, and she does not know in this moment how to pull all of us together.
And that is where we will leave it. Everyone is safe. Everyone is not stuck in a web or in a Faraday field. But the gym is getting tighter and tighter. The room to move in the gym is closing as webs fill the space. Emotions are high. All the same students, Jacob, that saw you humiliate yourself in the last run are now looking at you as their rescuer, but still, you're still Worm to them. You're still Jacob to them. Goby, you've obviously racked with guilt. Flobert, you're exhausted from this move, and then everything Miserée described. And as we end the run, it's going to be Marla and her hyperoptic visor.
We cannot be in here much longer. I can see through the ceiling. The roof is safe. Everyone, we need to get to the roof.
And that is where we will leave it. To the roof! I'm Liam Creswick.
I'm Scott C. Bourgeois.
I'm Greg Beaver.
And we host I Have Some Notes, the podcast with cuts, keeps, punch-ups, and tweaks on mediocre movies.
Each episode, we pitch potential script revisions and different production choices in an attempt to improve the films that didn't quite reach their potential.
From Armageddon to Zack Snyder's Justice League, we invite you to be armchair screenwriters with us as we swap notes, riff, and celebrate the middle list of movies.
Subscribe now to I Have Some Notes.